The Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division under President Trump has made a seismic shift in enforcement of equal protection laws in employment, housing, and education, leading to more than 100 lawyers resigning from the unit. Civil rights groups argue the reforms are a rollback of decades of racial and economic progress. For tonight's interview, Marc Morial, president of the National Urban League, which has joined legal challenges of those executive actions. Marc, we're going to get to those.
Hey, John, thank you.
We're going to get to those legal challenges in a minute. Just give us, though, the history of the Civil Rights Division in the past and why it's been important.
So the Civil Rights Division was created in 1957 by a Civil Rights Act passed by the Congress after Brown versus Board, after the Montgomery bus boycott, with the very specific intent of enforcing the then civil rights laws. In 1964, with the passage of the Civil Rights Act, it gained a much more vigorous, if you will, role with the Voting Rights Act and the Fair Housing Law. Its mission is clear. Its mission is to protect those who've been historically locked out and left out in this nation. And what we see is an effort to flip that entire mission on its head.
What changes worry you the most?
What worries me is to, in effect, allow racial discrimination to run free, unabated, unfettered, and giving people in this nation nowhere to go for redress. It also strikes me as what the administration is trying to do is, it's almost a misfeasance or a malfeasance. You didn't go to Congress and ask them to change the law or change the mission. You're unilaterally seeking to act, and that's not what democracy is all about.
Is that what the basis of your lawsuits are? And is that right, 200 lawsuits?
Well, there have been 200 plus lawsuits that have been filed against Trump executive actions. We brought one against 3 diversity, equity, and inclusion executive orders. I think most of these challenge that these actions go beyond the power of the presidency. They trample people's First Amendment rights to pursue their mission and to pursue their goals. And they otherwise are inconsistent with the principles of American democracy.
Has there been any dialogue with the administration and the Urban League?
I think that there has not been any meaningful dialogue as of yet. I think that we would work to convince, to encourage the president and his people to reverse course. Already with the polling numbers, John, the public is weighing in. They don't support, they don't like, they don't embrace this direction, particularly when it comes to civil rights. Most of the polling shows that when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, the American people do support it. They believe it's helpful. They believe it's necessary.
Have you seen, there's obviously an effort throughout the administration to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Have you seen that affect the private sector and the way they approach it?
Some in the private sector it's had a chilling effect on many in the private sector. It's caused many in the private sector to walk away from important commitments that they've made, while there are others who've held strong. Jamie Dimon, the head of J.P. Morgan Chase, Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the National Football League, recent comments by the CEO of Marriott indicate that these business leaders are saying, I know what's best for my business, and I'm not going to stand by and let the government dictate what I think is necessary to grow my business to profitability, and that means I've got to be open to all Americans.
Now, the Urban League has worked hard on economic inequality in its history. Give me a sense of what your thoughts are about the nature of that in this administration.
Well, right now, the tariff taxes are having a very corrosive effect. The idea that everything is going to be more expensive hits working people the hardest. The idea that we could have stagnant growth will hit and raise unemployment among African Americans and other working people. That impact, just in 100 days, greatly concerns us in terms of what the long-term effect may be.